Welcome everyone back to the channel. This is going to be a long-term review and a little bit of a buyer's guide when it comes to purchasing graphics cards. And this is going to be a review of the EVGA. This is an Nvidia GTX 980 Ti graphics card. This is the superclocked edition. And yes, I know this graphics card is a little older, but if you're looking to buy maybe something used, or I'll go through on how I actually purchased this refurbished and how I've been purchasing graphics cards for the past 5, 6, 7 years now. So again, this is a 980 Ti. It's built on the Maxwell architecture. This is an older graphics card. I believe they're on the 2080 Ti now. But this was a flagship graphics card for the Maxwell architecture. It is, let's see if I can get the wattage here on it. 2,816 CUDA cores, just a little spec, 6 gigabytes of memory. This was when GDDR5 memory started coming around, so this does have that in it, which is a little bit faster. Max GPU temperatures of about 92 degrees. It's a 250 watt graphics card, and they recommend having at least a 600 watt or better power supply. So if you get a good 650 watt power supply from Corsair, Seasonic, one of those companies out there, get one that's a little efficient, maybe a silver, gold standard, you shouldn't have any issues. It does require a 6-pin and an 8-pin connector, and this was their flagship card when it was released. It was basically a Titan, a GTX Titan with missing a few little cores there. But this was their high-end $600, $700, $800 graphics card. When it was released new, that's what you would pay for it. So I've had this card for about a year now, and generally I purchase my graphics cards from the EVGA, their B stock, which is basically just their outlet. And before all the COVID stuff, you could find some really good deals there on graphics cards, especially if you didn't want to spend a lot of money and you weren't looking for the newest, latest, and greatest GPU out there. I still think in 2020 this is one of the better GPUs, especially for what I paid for it. I forget if it was a $199 or $249, but either one of those prices, it was definitely a $249 or less, which is a crazy deal for I believe this was a $650 graphics card when it was released, and you do get a 1-year warranty from their outlet. So that's why I think this is relevant in 2020. So I'll go in, I'll give you a quick unboxing of what you get here and just a general overview of what the graphics card looks like so you know what you get. So this gets you an idea of what you get in the box. These usually come in a very generic plain box, nothing fancy. Again, I have the GPU sitting over here. I'm not going to put it back in here just for this. But you do not get any type of display port, HDMI, any type of cables like that. Generally what you get is basically just the card. Literally, these are the brackets actually from my computer case, so that's it, guys. You don't get anything if you buy this from the outlet, just the GPU. Which, here's a general idea of the GPU. It's a rather large GPU, so that's one thing to keep in mind depending on what kind of case you got. It does have its 2 fans there. This is the superclocked version. I'll try to get you. I do not know if it'll focus that close, but it just says your GeForce GTX 980 Ti EVGA. This is a nice texture. It definitely looks and feels pretty well built. These lights do light up, which I will get you a shot of. I did take a shot of that. Here's a superclocked one. There's your 8-pin and 6-pin power connectors. And these are the ports you get on the back. Basically DisplayPort, HDMI, DisplayPort, DisplayPort. Used to know, but I just used DisplayPort. And that's that side of the card. Get you the back of the card. These do come with back plates. Not this version, but it will come with a standard black back plate. And this basically is saying that it was okay when they checked it out from the outlet. I believe only the outlets, if you get it through the EVGA B stock, come with that on it. So that's it, guys. Runs cool. It's a good card, especially for the price point. EVGA is a good company to deal with. At least I've had very good luck with them. So that's it. That's the card. Now get back to the review. I used this graphics card for, and why I purchased it was that I had a $250 less budget. I generally wanted to spend about $1,000 on my system at whole, so I didn't have a large budget for a graphics card. And the main thing I use it for is for video editing and just powering my monitor. And so usually I have like 2 monitors, but currently I only have one 4K. And I like to do some light gaming, so Civilization, Borderlands, Hearthstone, titles along that line. Nothing too out there or too graphically demanding. Borderlands can be, but nothing too. I like Bioshock, things like that. Stuff that doesn't require a ton and doesn't stress your GPU out like Crysis did when it was first released. So I do have a 4K monitor. Generally, I do any type of gaming on 2K, except for Civilization. I can run that at 4K. But this GPU it will be hard to push stuff at 4K, at least at 60 frames per second. It can be done if you put a bunch of settings down. You won't have any issue there. But I think this fits well if you're looking to do some max out gaming on 1920 by 1080 or 2560 by 1400. So 2K, I think this would be a great graphics card for that. I did run a quick benchmark for you guys. This is just a Unigen standard benchmark. I set it at 2560 by 1440, mainly to see how hot the GPU would get and what the fan sounded like when they were running up. Because I usually in Civilization, because you're playing that hours on end, the GPU can get maxed out there, and you will hear the fans ramp up because you're playing for 2-3 hours at a time. So the GPU, the hottest it got, I'll kind of show you a video of that, was around 79 degrees. I could get it up to 82 if I was playing Civilization for a couple hours. It did get up to the 82, but that was the max it got. And it basically pinned out at 100% and would run at 100% the whole entire time. You will notice that the fans will kick up, and the fans are a little louder than I would like, but again, this is a very old graphics card. I'm sure the fans have came a long way since then. And I bought it refurbished, so it was technically used, even though it looked new and performed new when I got it. For video editing, you can use the CUDA cores. You can activate those in Premiere, so that's nice. But I think the big selling point here is the price point. So there's not anything currently in the EVGA B stock, mainly because with all the COVID stuff going on, everyone's bought computers, laptops, GPUs, webcams, everything seems to be out of stock. Tripods, I'm looking for a tripod, and every one that I found was basically on back order out of stock. But at some point things will start getting back in stock there, and they had some 1080 Ti's, some 2080 Ti's, they had some 1660s. They had some really good deals on graphics cards, so I'd highly recommend going there if you're looking to try to save a little bit of money. Now, if you're buying one of these used, as long as you get one that I think, I'm kind of brand loyal to EVGA. I've had really good luck with them and their customer service. So if you can find one from a reputable person, again, I paid $249, either $199 or $249 for mine. If you can get it for that or even less, I think it would be a great graphics card for anyone that's looking to do any type of gaming under 4K. So if you're looking to do 4K, you may want to step up and get something a little better. But you could do some 4K. I did do some Borderlands 4K gaming with this, and I didn't have any problems if I set some of the settings down to medium, which honestly I think is fine with me. I'd rather the game play a little smoother and not look quite as crisp. But I'm not picky about that stuff. Again, when I'm playing any type of game, which I rarely actually do. This is mainly used for video editing and photo editing and just generally running my system. It's actually probably overkill for what I'm using it for, but I'd rather have something a little beefier than something I have to upgrade down the line, because I like to keep my stuff for usually 5 or more years. So this is a card I plan on keeping for the next 3, 4, 5 years and not upgrading. It does have a little bit of lighting on it. I'll try to get you a shot of that. So it does light up. It does not have the back plate. But sometimes the EVGA cards, you can get them with a black back plate, which is really nice. But this doesn't have it. It has 2 fans. It is the super clocked one, so it is clocked a little higher. Honestly, couldn't tell you what the clock speed is because I don't really care. I'm not into all those specs. I read off the specs I thought were useful, but all that of clock speeds and all that, I don't think it really actually matters. So if you're looking to buy a graphics card, you can find one of these in the outlet, or you can find one used under $250. I think it's a great deal. If you have any questions or you want any other videos relating to this card, just leave the comments below. I'll try to get a link below of where to purchase it at, maybe on Amazon if I can find a good spot to get it there, but likely not. You'll probably have to get it used or through the outlet if you want to purchase that. So that's it, guys. I'm extremely happy with it. It's a great card, especially for the money. I think it's been a good investment. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.